Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show. Grab your coffee or your tea, hunty, because we have a lot to talk about. But before we get started on those red hot topics, please go to my website, www.monalisamonroe.com. We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, we've got toast. Believe me, we've got you covered. And also, you could purchase my book, Life After the Diagnosis. If you know a survivor or you are a survivor, this is the book that you need. Well, let's go ahead and get this party started right, shall we?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show, honey. Thank you all for tuning in this morning, this month, because yes, you know, the month of June, we are celebrating the fathers. Whoop, whoop. No, we ain't talking about baby daddies. We talking about real fathers. So hopefully you tuned in for the last, I guess it was 2 Thursdays. We had some fathers on the show, amazing, amazing fathers, dads. And now today we have an amazing dad for you. And some of you know him and some of you don't. But if you do or don't, we're going to introduce him anyway. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you this morning, sir?
I am good. I am good.
Good.
What's
All
happening?
right. So tell us a little bit about you, Julius Hall.
Oh man, what is there to know about me? I'm trying to turn this thing off. I gotta
You got too many media things going on.
yeah, I do. Well, to tell you a little about me, I guess I was born here in Savannah, Georgia.
Uh-huh.
Presently live in Port Wentworth.
Mm-hmm.
Married with a blended family of about I can't even count them.
Ooh, they gonna get you. They gonna get you.
I can't even count them. 2 here, 3 there. So I'm talking about our family. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about uh, it's about 5 or 6, 7 of us all told. I'm a father
Five,
to
six,
so
seven.
many. I got
Uh,
so many kids that I mentor. So, being that
okay.
it's Father's Day, I try to treat them like a father. Sometimes, and the kids these days, Mona Lisa, they're growing up to be so different than
I
when we were coming up.
know.
And
It's just so weird to
it
me.
is, and I try to be a father to all of them in some capacity because their fathers are not in the home, or most of them.
Right.
And so, to give you an example, I talk the way that they talk
I
to
try, but it
them.
don't sound right.
And so my wife heard me talking to them one day and say, "Why you talk to them like that?" I said, "Because they're not going to respect anybody else talking to them any other kind of way."
Oh.
Then I'm on the phone one day with my brother. My brother said, "Hey, you can't talk to them like that." I said, "Yes, I can." I said, "They
Oh,
don't understand nothing else and they don't respect nothing else."
really, Julius? I
They
mean,
don't.
because if
They
you
don't.
talking to them crazy, and people out there in the world is talking to them crazy, then how do you? I mean, how do you decipher between this is a respectable person that you have to honor and reverence, and then that's just a Joe Blow? You got
Well,
to differentiate yourself.
I try to tell them and teach them the to do the right thing
Okay.
and to act right. But they don't
Okay.
want it coming from, well, Jimmy, you have to do it this way. And how about put that over there? No, get your butt over there and get it done. Hey, pick that up now. You got to talk to these kids this way because they don't. They're they just disregard everything anybody say. They always got these earpieces in, so that
Oh,
half the time they don't hear you. And the most amazing thing is that they don't understand that they got two hands.
they got two hands. What you mean by that? Please elaborate. Julius. Oh, you are frozen. Can you hear me? Okay, I think he is frozen. Hopefully, you'll come back to me, Julius. After that, you have to come back after that statement. Julius, you froze on me.
I think it was your cable connection. I'm good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking at it over here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay, well, what did you say? Because you were frozen on my end.
Now I was saying that these kids don't know that they have two hands, and it's amazing. And I'm not talking about just the kids that are in the street. I'm talking about the kids that are in college also.
College students
Don't know they got two hands. Because
okay,
see, they're so used to using this one hand. Serious. They don't know that this hand is usable. And I'll be having them out helping me do things, and they will try to do it only with the right hand. They don't know that they can pick up that box with the other hand.
Oh wow.
It's crazy.
I gotta see that in motion.
I got young interns here that are in college. They type with one hand. And I said, why don't you use your other hand?
That is weird.
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is.
I need to well, before I get into that, let me go ahead and ask you a few questions, Father of the Year. Okay, do you mind?
Oh yeah, especially if I'm Father of the Year. I got a couple of my kids wouldn't think that.
So, how are you feeling about celebrating Father's Day this year? Because it's a little weird to me because of everything that's going on in the world. It's like, I'm looking for any reason to celebrate because everything's happening so crazy. Are you, how are you feeling about it?
Well, to tell you the truth, I am not a big proponent of holidays. I'm not a big holiday guy. No.
Oh, Julius.
Every day is a holiday to me.
Okay.
I don't wait till somebody tells me that that's the day that I'm supposed to celebrate something on.
Okay. That makes sense.
My wife, I never get her what she wants, so I always just give her the money. Go buy what you want. Because she always want to return. What you doing? I don't want that. One day I brought her some pots or something, right?
Oh,
right?
No.
Yeah, I don't know what day it was. I don't know what day it was. But I brought her something, and it was for the house.
It was for the house.
It was for the woman to do things in the house.
Oh, baby, let me tell you something right now. Don't ever give a woman, men out there, let me tell you, men out there, pay attention. Don't ever give a woman a gift pertaining to the house. The house, gift, those two don't go together.
Yeah, we finally figured all that out after she complained a couple of times about the return gifts that I had brought. So yeah. I couldn't continue to keep bringing gifts in, and then she returning them.
Yeah,
so I figured let me just give her the money. She go buy her own gift.
Well, money's always good. Yeah. Money always works.
So that's the predicament I'm in right now. So I don't buy gifts. I just give money. I don't celebrate holidays. Like for Mother's Day.
Right.
I think me and my wife went to dinner, but there's no gift because she's not my mother.
Yeah. You
You know,
know, a lot of people are starting to feel that way, which is
yeah,
interesting because growing up, it was whoever your mother was. But
that's the way
then
it
now,
is. We take things and just do crazy things with black people. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. You know, y'all just take things and make it something that it isn't. You know, but that is to celebrate your mother.
right.
You know,
So
and
not
that
your
is the way
wife.
it is. Not a mother, your mother. And Father's Day, I don't expect my wife to do anything for me for Father's Day, but
Because you're not her father.
she's the holiday queen. She does things for Groundhog's Day.
That's what I love about Tanya. Me and Tanya are so much alike. We man, celebrating is what we do,
Yeah, she's
baby.
a celebrator. She
Yeah,
celebrates everything and everybody.
that's right. We sure do. Now, that was interesting when you were talking about how kids are nowadays. So, are you anything like your father in raising your children?
Well, you have to probably say like my stepfather, I guess, because my father was not in my life when I was growing up, my biological
Hmm.
father, but my stepfather taught me a lot of things that I instill in my teachings today.
Mm,
About working, about earning what you supposed to have, getting
right,
up, getting up and early. If you got to be to work before time instead of on time. It's just
right.
yeah, it's
On
different.
time is too late.
Yeah, the old saying: if you if you on time, you're late. If you late, you're I don't forgot the little. It's a little saying.
Yeah,
It's a little
yeah. I
saying
know
there.
what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah. If
if
you
you're early,
early,
you're
you're
on time.
that's it. If you're early, you're on time. If you're
If
on
you're
time,
on
you're late.
time, you're late.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you're late, you something. I forgot what that is, but yeah,
If you're late, you might as well stay at home.
I don't go anywhere late. I just I'm first at everything almost.
I
You
hate
know
being
that.
late.
You invite us to a party, we was the first ones there.
That's
I don't
right.
go. I don't go anywhere late.
I
You know.
hate being
Yeah.
late. Hate it. Now we trying to turn the tables about for other folk, but for
Mhm.
me, I hate being late. It irritates me.
Yeah.
Now, me not growing up with my father, I totally get what you're saying because when you don't grow up with your biological father and then you have a stepdad, you just do what you see, you know.
Mhm.
And if it worked for you and you're a pretty good individual, then what's wrong with it working for, your children? But a
Right.
lot of people feel like I'm not going to raise my kids the way I was raised. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is something
We
wrong
need to
with
raise
you?
the kids the way that we were raised because it teaches discipline. And that's something that these kids don't have these days. They got an attitude of they don't care, you know,
Oh,
and that's not good.
yeah. And I'm just noticing the mindset because it's like they're so intellectual that they think everybody's stupid.
Yeah, but it's a different type of intellect that they have. It is
Oh,
an intellect without a lot of knowledge because they seem to think that the world should work only the way that they see it. And these
uh,
kids think I'm a dinosaur, but they have not learned the things that's necessary to get them ahead in this world. They can't
uh,
be all. I try to tell these kids, you all can't be rappers. You know,
Tanya says, your wife Tanya says, Groundhog Day. You're funny, Julius.
she celebrates all days.
Good morning, Tanya. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning, Kathy. Okay, I was like, but I'm with you, Tanya. I like celebrating everything. But yeah, it's like you try to sit down and have a conversation, and then they're looking at you like that's not what we do, or that's not in anymore, or we don't do that anymore, or
Yeah.
whatever, whatever. And I'm like, I feel like I'm a pretty good individual. So whatever advice I'm giving you, it's going to help you. But they feel like, well, we don't do that anymore.
Right. Right.
I'm
And they don't
like,
do that. They've never done it before. So it's foreign to them. And when you try to teach them something, you know, they're not used to accepting information from somebody that they're close to. They might look
mm,
at it in school because they have to, and they have to pay attention. But a prime example, I got
mm,
3 boys I'm taking around with me putting up political campaign signs. They're
okay.
riding in the car with me.
Mm.
And so I stop and pull over and I ask them, because I'd see what they're all doing. They're all on their phones like this here. They're not paying
They,
attention to anything. So I stop and pull over and I ask them, where are y'all at? Where we at?
mm.
None of them could tell me where we were.
Wow. That
None
phone
of them
is,
could tell me.
I'm
16,
telling
17
you.
years old, they don't know where they're at in the city.
Wow. Now, when we were growing up, our parents was making us look at a map sometimes. Where
Yeah,
are we?
yeah.
At least that's how my dad was.
You
Where
know,
are
they
we?
tell you, we got GPS now. We don't need that.
And
You
it's
know,
spoiling us.
yeah. I say, if somebody get after you, you don't even know where to run at. You don't even know where to run at. And I try to
Man.
teach them to hold their head up so they can look at the signs, look at the landmarks, so you can know you're on the east side or the west side or the south
Right.
side. And it's just foreign to them. They don't understand. And then when they get a car, they know how to get from one point to the other, but they
Yeah.
don't know where. If their friend live in Paradise Park on the south side and they
They don't
live
know South.
downtown, they know how to get there,
Uh-huh.
but they don't know the roads. They don't know what streets they on. They don't know nothing. I'm telling you. And I ain't talking about just one or two of these kids. It's a bunch of them that don't know.
Wow. Wow. I'm looking for that. That's what I was saying. That's what I was going to say. I'm looking for some interns or some young folk to try to help with some stuff here in Garden City for the housing team.
Mhm.
And it's funny because outdoors is foreign, because nobody likes the sun. Don't get me wrong, but it's like labor, labor. They don't like labor.
No, they don't like labor. Uh, I was offering them to go and hold some signs up for one of the political candidates, and it
Uh-huh.
was uh, $13 an hour to just stand on the corner
To
and hold a
hold.
sign. They don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that, but they want money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you know what? I'm telling you right now, media has messed kids up. TikTok, YouTube, all of that, because these children are making money
Yeah,
on YouTube and all that. So they feel like I don't need a job,
but all
you
of
know?
them can't make it. It's only a few of them that can make it. All of them can't make it, and they all think that they can. You know, I gave one kid. They called me the other day. 2 brothers that I carry to work with me. One 17, one 18.
Hmm.
And they call us, hey, Mr. Juice, can I use your lawnmower to cut my mama grass?
Oh.
I said, yeah, cut mine first. I was gonna cut yours tomorrow for $20. I said, you're using my lawnmower to cut my grass for $20. I don't have a problem with that because you don't have no tools. You ain't even putting gas in it.
Right.
But now you want to take my lawnmower to cut your mama grass,
Uh-huh.
and then you want to charge me to cut my grass, but you're using my lawnmower to go cut your mama grass and ain't giving me nothing. I say, I tell you what, cut my grass first for nothing because you're using my lawnmower, and then
Right.
go cut your mama grass. Also, you're gonna cut hers for nothing,
Uh-huh.
and you ain't
Guess
got no
what?
lawnmower.
You
You know, you know
you
what he
doing work
did?
for nothing.
he said, "I'll call you back." They found some other way to cut their mama grass. So when he came and cut my grass, I gave him $10.
You gave him $10.
Yeah, I said, "You using my lawnmower." I said, "You using my gas. Come with your business plan for using your own lawnmower and your own gas, and then I can pay you."
Man.
Yeah, it's hard.
Well,
It's part of fatherhood, though. You got to try to teach these kids values. You got to try to teach these kids discipline,
yeah.
and so they can be ready for the real world because they're not.
Yeah.
Two things that they want to be when they're around. When I hear them talking, they're either going to want to be a rapper or a longshoreman.
Wait a minute. They're either going to be a rapper or a longshoreman.
That's it.
Now, see, and Tanya made a good point. They want the Instagram life. They want things instantly. That's the problem. Everybody feels like that I can make it from the Instagram, the YouTube, or whatever, because they pay you different clicks, different likes, and all of that. But the point of the matter is you have no substance, because let's say you do make it. I learned a long time ago, you got to respect money. If you don't respect money, it's not going to respect you. What does that mean, Mona Lisa? That means money will come into your hand and leave just as quick as it came because you don't know how to keep it.
Yeah. Now I got one girl outwork the boys.
Oh,
she
wow.
understands what money is, even though she spends it. She understands how to use her money.
Right.
But she'll work. She does all the stuff. The one do all the graphics and all the banners and stuff.
Yeah.
And I try to tell the young boys, but she stay well on the east side. So I try to tell the young boys, since y'all live right in the neighborhood, why don't y'all sit in there and learn what she's doing? I already know what she's doing. I said, well, okay, go do it. He can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, just sit there and learn it. He don't want to sit and learn it.
Wow.
So, but it's different. Different with these kids. They don't want to be out in the heat. They don't want to work for nothing. I remember I was their age. I was making $29 a week.
It's just so crazy because so let's just go there. The big resignation is what they call it. You have more jobs begging for people now more than ever before, but yet you have people that don't want to work.
Yeah.
But the economy's still flowing, gas is still high, food is still high. So I sit back and go, what are y'all doing? If you're not working and gas is high and food is high, how are you living? You know what I'm saying? Where are you? What are you doing?
And they want you to take them everywhere in gas high and they'll call you and say, hey, Mr. Judge, what you doing? What I'm doing? What you mean what I'm doing? Like I'm coming to get you from wherever you at. If I'm not doing nothing, I'm coming to get you. You know? And then they're in the car with me driving from point to point. I might have to go to Tybee. So when I pick them up here in Port Wentworth and we got to ride to Tybee to do something.
Right.
They're getting paid for that 40-minute ride to Tybee.
Wow.
So now they're asleep and everything or listening to the radio the whole time. So now we get to Tybee. They done got paid from when I picked them up to go to Tybee.
Right.
They made that hour work. Now they did 5 minutes worth of work because all it's going to take us is 5-10 minutes on wherever we doing. So, and then we going to the south side. Now they're in the car again. So they're getting paid for being in the car. But the problem is that now they get a job at McDonald's where they got to work the whole time. Or you get a job at a warehouse and they got to work the whole time.
Yeah.
And they don't appreciate the sleeping time and getting paid for going out to the island or going to the south side. You see what I'm saying? It's These
I
kids.
totally get it. I totally get it because, like I said, when we were younger, my father, man, let me tell you something. My father made up jobs for us to do. He would, if we ask him for $10, he'd think of a job so we could get paid the $10. So we'd say, Dad, can we get $5? Can we get $10? Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you what I need done. I need your mama need the dishes done. You need to, clean up your room. You need to, I don't know, clean the garage out, I mean, whatever. So I brought that into my raising of my boys because I had all boys. And if they ask me for some money, I think of something for them to do. And that's the reason why to this day they're hard workers, but it's foreign to a lot of people that are young. So tell me this. Do you differentiate the discipline from the mentorship and your children, or is it all in there together? Oh, we lost him. Well, hopefully he'll come back. Well, sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all. Okay, here he is. Let's bring him back. Man, I hope this ain't my technical difficulties. Is it me?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm looking at it and I'm still on over there.
That's crazy.
I'm looking at it on a monitor.
Okay.
And I'm still on. And
well, did you hear the question?
What was it?
I said your mentors, your mentees, and your children, is the discipline different, or do you treat them the same? You know what I mean? Because since they're your children, you might be a little harder. And then the mentees, you might be like, well, these are not my children, so let me not go in. Or you treat everybody the same.
Everybody gets it.
How did I know you were going to say that?
Everybody gets it the same way because that's just how I don't treat any of them any different. Everybody gets it the same way. They'll understand it later on. Like my mom told me, I couldn't understand why my mom and dad did the things they did, but I understand it fully now. So they'll understand later on. Mr. Juice was right because when they have kids, they'll understand that they had to get those kids right, and
that's right.
That's part of it.
That's true. And Miss Tanya, she said that the 2 and 3, what you say, Tanya? They had 2 and 3 degrees, but don't know much at all. And that goes back to what we were saying earlier. You have all of these degrees and all this education, but yet it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I have considered myself, or a lot of people have considered me a mentor, but I don't treat the mentees the same way I would treat my children because they're not mine. So that's interesting that you say it all. But then again, that might be a father's love versus a mother. I don't know.
Right. A mother's going to be different. They respect. Yeah. They'll get around. They'll when they're around my wife, they're the sweetest kids in the world. They're scared of her for some reason. They're the sweetest kids in the world.
Oh.
But when they with me, I got to slap them side the head. Their mama and daddy already gave me permission to hit them. So I slap them side the head all the time.
Well, that's probably why, you know what?
That later on. They'll understand when they have kids why I treat them this way. But they call me every day. They love being with me because they're going to make money, And so I guess that's the only reason they love me, though.
Well, wow. Well, before you go, Julius, because I'm not going to hold you up. I know you're a busy man. But what advice would you give young fathers in these times raising children? What kind of advice would you give them?
Don't believe nothing they say, and keep them close to the nest. Because if you don't, the influence. I got one kid. I ain't gonna call his little name.
Please don't.
Yeah, he needs his name called.
No.
And nobody trusts him. He's the
Why?
he's a liar. All he do is lie. Listen, his mama said, Mr. Julius, do what you got to do with him. I don't let him out your eyesight because you can't trust him. He will lie
Oh,
when he could have just told the truth. His
his
daddy
mama.
told me, watch him. Just make sure you watch him. He
Wait a
laughing the
minute.
whole time, right? I go to pick him up because his mama out of town. I go to pick him up from his grandma and grandparents' house. His grandmama come out to the car and say, "Oh, okay, it's you. My daughter told me about you. I just wanted to make sure he going with a responsible adult because you cannot trust him."
Now
He
wait
is
a minute.
lie. All he do is lie.
No, wait a minute, Julius. Wait a minute. I can't let you go on this one now.
Listen, all
Now,
he do is lie, Mona. He
no,
cut my hair.
Julius.
I bring him over here to cut my hair. Listen, I'm telling you, this boy lied just to lie. I bring him over to cut my hair. So he said he could cut hair. So I said, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let you learn to be a barber. You can cut my hair because it don't matter about my hair. You can mess it up. I'll put a hat on. My hair grow too fast. It grows right back in a couple of days, you know. And so he cutting my hair. He don't realize he got a second hand. So he cutting my hair with one hand. And so Tanya seen him cut my hair with one hand. So Tanya said, no, baby. Use the other hand and hold his ear back. He done cut a hole in my ear.
What?
Because he didn't hold it back and use it, to cut. He cut a hole in my ear. And so I said, man, I feel something wet back there. I said, you done cut me? He said, no. He got a napkin. He said, that's just sweat off your sweat. I'm bleeding. He done cut my hair. He done cut my ear open. I'm serious.
Wait a minute.
This is Sunday or Monday.
Oh my gosh.
I'm bleeding. Tanya had to put a Band-Aid on my ear. I'm bleeding so bad.
Wait a minute.
He tells me that I'm not bleeding. That's how bad this boy is. But he's an athlete. He does the schoolwork. He's an athlete. He played for a football team, but he still lies all the time.
Okay, but let me say this, because I can't let you go with this boy lies too much. First of all, your mama, your daddy, and your grandmother is saying that you lie. That boy got that from somebody. Because come on now. Come on.
It's just
everybody is talking about how bad this boy lied.
Yeah.
He got it from somebody.
Yeah. And see, I watch him. I watch him like a hawk. I mean, I love all my little kids. These are, I'm like a father to them. I feel like a father to them because I miss raising my kids because of my circumstances. And so it is something that I like doing to make sure that I can instill something of good in somebody else in somebody that has to go into adulthood. But I think in the long run they'll be okay as long as they got somebody to be that buffer. Because if I was to talk to them and treat them in a way like a normal person would, they would take advantage of that. And see, I know that and I see that because when a person is not around, they might meet somebody and then that they're nice to that person in front of me, and because of that person being there, when that person leaves, they say, "Oh, that was a square." He was square. They don't respect that. You have to slap them side the head. Some of these kids, there's love slaps. Boy, get right. Box them in the chest. Get right. but
So
they understand, huh?
your advice is to keep them close,
Right.
right? And show love firmly. Because I'm trying to clean this up. Show love, show love firmly, but keep them close. That would be your advice to young fathers
And
in
jack
these
them up
days.
when you have to. The boys jack them up. I got a grandson. Um,
Okay.
well, I got two of them now, but
How
I got a
old?
grandson,
Uh-huh.
and he don't play. He didn't play the music with me because he know I didn't play.
Uh-huh.
I don't play. He
How
was
old is
two.
he?
He about to turn 3, but he was 2. I don't play with him.
And he
He play,
3.
yeah. He gets it too. He gets it. Molisa, you don't spare the rod.
Oh my
You don't
gosh.
spare the
Look,
rod. You spoil the child. You know.
I'm a firm believer of lighting the child up if they need it. Trust me, I'm with you on that.
Well, all mom
But
be needing it.
I'm still on this fact that what do you do with a child that just straight up lie? What do you do? I'm stuck on that one right there. How do you I
Let
mean
him
how do you
know. Let him know that you know that he's lying, and all he's gonna do is laugh. He'll grow out of it. He'll grow
does he
out of it.
later tell the truth?
Yeah. No, you already revealed the truth in front of him. He don't tell you the truth. You find the truth out right in front of him, and all he
I
do is
can't.
laugh.
I
You know.
cannot believe this.
But he'll grow out of it.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, he a good kid. He'll grow out of it. He just likes to laugh and lie. He ain't but 16. He likes to laugh and lie. You know.
I can tell that they care about you very, very much.
Mm.
And that's a good thing. They might be, tripping now, but when they get older, that day that they come back and say, you know what, I'm a father now and I thank you and for all what you did, even though you knocked me across my head, whatever. Those days make it all worthwhile.
Yeah, and I know Gary, your husband, used to mentor kids a whole lot.
Yeah.
And those kids come back to him today and tell them, they're older, they're in their 30s and 40s now. But
Yeah.
and these kids will do the same with me, hopefully. But I wish that it was more men that would mentor these kids, and maybe next month, if you want the show idea, then we could bring these mentors in, and you could have one on every week, one or two on every week, and
Hmm.
because I could set them up for you to talk about it, because we got to get more men involved in
I
these kids'
agree.
lives.
I agree.
As bad as it looks out there with these kids going wild, the kids all going wild. They're smoking marijuana and stuff at age 12 and 13, 14 years old. All of them are doing it. They can't fool nobody. They all are doing it. Even the girls, all the girls are also. It is the fad that this generation is nothing like we were. And the parents
Man.
were teen moms. So the parents are all are from that world. Hell, I wouldn't doubt it if some of these parents are smoking with their kids. Not I ain't talking about mine. I'm talking about some of these parents. These kids are just
Yeah.
wild. These kids are out of control, and we need
You
more
got a good
men.
point.
Yeah, we need more men in their lives. We need men trying to teach them those values and that discipline to respect people, because they
Yeah.
think everybody. I forgot the word they use. They think everybody is a lame. You know,
Wow.
That's why I don't spare the rod with them. I don't. I don't.
You know what? I would like to do that, Julius. I would like to have some men as mentors, or if they're interested in being a mentor, because that is very much needed. And I've seen on the news, on social media, the news or whatever, that these school shootings, that are happening, men have gathered together in certain, I think it might have been Chicago somewhere, and dads now walk the kids to school and they're like security at these
Yeah.
schools. And it's just the coolest thing to see these dads. And some of them come at lunch, just to say hello to the kids. And I mean, I'm like, man. And so the results of these dads doing that, surprisingly enough, the grades are going up in the school. And you're wondering, how is the grades improving? Because these dads are checking on these kids and how are you doing and da 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 da. So I totally agree with you. I think that's something that Savannah, I don't know if Savannah has it. I know Garden City doesn't. I remember my husband used to be a mentor for a lot of boys, and now they're men. But maybe that's something that he might want to invest in again. I would be down for it because, what is that? Fentanyl, that drug, fentanyl is killing kids, and you're noticing that they're lacing it in the marijuana.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you tell me that they're dying or they're smoking at 12 and 13, and these kids are dying because of that crazy drug.
Yeah. Yeah. And because they want, it's peer pressure, they want to try something new. And
Yeah.
that's why I say keep your kids close to you, because if you don't, um, then that peer pressure will get to those kids to make them do something um, other than what they were taught in the home. Because when
Yeah.
mom and the dad is away and nobody, they come in the house of themselves, they're
Yeah.
turnkeys. So they take care of themselves. So now
Yeah.
they got time to
Latchkey
run down the
kids.
street for an hour before mama come home.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
that's why I say you got to keep an eye on these kids. Back in the day, Mona Lisa, the worst thing ever happened to the black community was air conditioning. The worst thing. Air conditioning. Think about it. Nobody's outside to watch your kids no more. The grandmama and the auntie and the old Miss Esther used to be on the porch. Aunt Rosa Lee used to be on the porch. They used to keep everybody in line. But now,
Mm.
since air conditioning, they go in the house. They got
And they
cable
stay
so
in the
they can
house.
watch TV all day. So nobody knows what's happening outside.
Wow.
Everything outside, because they're all inside, everything outside is still happening and there's no control. You can't call and tell his mama on it no more.
Wow.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mama ain't but 35 and they 20.
And grandma 40.
And then grandma 40.
Jackson.
Yeah. And
Jackson,
so
once they start lie, it becomes a way of life. It's difficult to ever know the truth. Look at Donald Trump. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on that one right there.
yeah, Donald Trump is a prime example of why the kids say, what does it matter?
What does it matter?
They love
God.
to say that. What does it matter? They don't
Wow.
want to vote because they feel like if you could put somebody like Donald Trump up there, why our vote don't count?
It's
And that is so crazy for them to even think that, because I try to make sure, and when they all get 17 and a half, I'm going to make sure that they're registered to vote.
that's good.
Yeah, because then all we have to do is educate them once we register them, and then we can make sure that they get in to vote. But a prime example is the recent school board president election. If 70 more people would have voted, it would have been a runoff.
Really?
Just 70 people, it would have been a
Wow.
runoff. If the other two people would have got 35 votes each, it would have been a runoff.
See, I don't think we know how important it is. I just really don't think. And then you think about, okay, so how do we educate them? How do we, re, regardless, look who's in office. Look what type of people are in office, and then they say, okay, look at what's going on now,
Yeah,
and y'all voted.
yeah. It's crazy. A lot of people like Donald Trump because they don't look deep into the things he do. They just look at what's on
The
top,
surface.
that he's just bold and crazy. So people like boldness and craziness.
Yeah.
especially in a politician. Um,
Because he wasn't a politician is what most of people, they didn't want a politician. And now you you look what that caused,
yeah,
because he didn't know the protocol of a lot of decisions that he just made willy-nilly. And now we're starting to feel that. But it's like, I want to do a show. I like that idea, Julius. I want to do a show to bring men together and have them speak on being a mentor, and maybe, just maybe, forming a group to go to these schools to talk, to say hello, to something like that, because I love that idea. I think it was in Chicago. And the kids now look for the fathers. And I mean, it was such a good story.
yeah. What and I don't want to be disparaging on any organization, but we got one organization that's supposed to be out there helping um, at-risk youth, and but I don't think they advertise that they help at-risk youth. Uh,
Oh.
and I can call the name of the group because I want them to do better. And it's 100 Black Men. 100
Oh.
Black Men should be a great group, a great
Wow.
organization, which it is to some
Uh-huh.
to some extent. It is, but they're taking kids that don't need help and helping them. You're not doing a whole service to the community then. What we need you to do is take those kids that don't have the
That
help,
need it. Yeah.
that you need to do a little bit more work in to make them get to that level where that kid is who don't need your help. It was one guy they approached, and I ain't gonna call his name. They approached this guy. He's a big guy here in Savannah, and with status. Um, and they approached this guy and asked him, say, "Hey, man, we would like to put your kid in this organization. And we'd like to help mentor your kid with 100 Black Men." He said, "Why the hell would you want to help my kid? My kid, all right. I got my kid. You need to go out there and help some of those other kids. No, you can't help my kid." He was right. Why would you go get a kid that's making it?
Yeah.
That father is in the house. His mother is in the house. The family is intact. You don't
Yeah.
need to help those kids. Those kids are
True.
all right. Give them a
True.
scholarship or something if you want to help them.
Yeah.
But you need
I
to go
agree.
reach out to these at-risk kids and do some real work, 100 Black Men of Savannah. You need to do some real work. We understand, they just getting elected to be the NAACP. Two things the NAACP do great: raise money and party. Nothing else.
I ain't seen them do nothing in a minute.
Nothing else. You don't even know the NAACP exists with all the murders going on. We've never seen them on the corner doing nothing.
Wow, that's
and my
true.
good friend, he's happened to take it over, but he don't understand what he done took over.
Oh.
And it's crazy, but we got organizations that just dare to exist.
Yeah.
And we need you to be involved and engaged. You're not there to just be idle. You're there to be proactive in these kids' lives.
Right.
We don't have long left on this earth. What we leave behind us will be our legacy of what the future holds for our community, for the
That's right.
African American community. And if we don't do and step in now and do what's right, we're going to be lost. We're already in a sunken pit. Everybody think that we're doing okay because you got the house, you got the car, you got the little job. You ain't doing nothing.
If you
can, oppression.
If you got your little house and you got your little car and you think that's it, all you got to do is turn on the TV and you see what's happening to the younger generation that's going to be the leaders of your community, your city, your state, your world, and it's like, we got to do better. We got to do better. Yeah. And fathers, whether you are a biological father or a mentor, please, if you see, I'm a firm believer, if you see something, do something. If you see that a young boy needs your help, reach out. I mean, sometimes it's not even a monetary thing. It's just a, hey man, what's going on? Are you good? Just have a conversation. These kids are walking around here mad. And mad for what? What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?
For what? That's right. That's right. And you say something to them, then you don't know which one I'm carrying a gun. So it has to
Oh,
be. You have to really be looking real hard to get into some of these. Excuse me. Get into some of these kids' lives,
yeah.
um, because you don't know what kind of threat they are to anybody else or to themselves, because they all want a gun now, and
Oh,
you have to be careful of that. Uh, and I took the time to go to mentoring class that I had to attend for 2 weekends or 2 days, a Friday and a Saturday, or Thursday and Friday, something like that, 2 weeks
yeah.
in a row
You gotta
out
get
at
educated.
Fort Stewart.
Yeah.
Out at Fort Stewart, they got a class out there with a boot camp with these kids. Their parents put them in this boot camp where they can't do nothing but do right or get right. They can't get off
Wow.
their base. They can't do nothing. They got to do what they're taught in that boot camp. And a lot of these kids need to be in the boot camp. Now we get mad because we see that the feds or the state want to come up with the new laws to put these kids in jail. And yeah, they're putting a whole bunch of them in that that are not directly a part of the gang or part of the activity that they're probably investigating. And just like they got 47 young men locked up in Upton County, Georgia, and a bunch of those people just were on the phone talking to their friends. That some of those connections are the authorities probably overstepped, but a lot of these kids, they're in these gangs. They don't care, and we have to get some type of hold on it, because the largest gang in this country is the Feds, and the Feds don't play. They're the biggest and the baddest gang in the country. Now, the only reason that we can go to some conspiracy thoughts,
Conspiracy thing.
uh,
Yeah.
some theories of that there's a conspiracy to get rid of our young men, and that's why the feds aren't doing what they're supposed to do.
Oh,
But
wow.
but before it gets to that point, we need more black men to step up and to help these kids. We need
Yeah.
more black men involved in these kids' lives.
Yeah.
It is their obligation and their responsibility. It might not be their responsibility, but it is their obligation. You know,
Yeah. I
to do
totally
something.
agree with that.
You know,
And I also agree with what you said previous. Not everybody can mentor, so that's something that you have to go to,
yeah,
some classes and learn, because I wouldn't put my son in front of any and everybody either. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So you have to have a heart for it, and then you have to have enough influence to for a child to even look up to you in some type of way. You got to be a upright citizen type of person,
Well,
because
well,
now,
the thing is, what you need more than anything as a mentor is patience.
oh
You
Lord,
got to have patience, because if you don't have no patience, it's plenty of times I wanted to give up on these kids.
yeah,
It's plenty of times. I know the older ones, the 17 and 18-year old, they'll come and they'll come to work knowing that they got to put in something in the ground with a pole digger, a pole driver rather. They come to work with flip flops on. So I sent them home and said, "Don't never come back here with flip flops on." You know what I'm saying? One
It-
comes
it-
smelling like weed. I say, "Go home." You know, you don't smoke before you come with me.
oh,
Ain't nothing we can do about those things that they
wow,
do outside of your environment. But you don't throw the kid away because you know he smoked the joint.
yeah,
What you try
yeah,
to do is get in and you teach him that
yeah,
he shouldn't be. You make sure
right,
that you give him those values, because if he's not with me, where they at? They're somewhere
right.
probably about to cause some trouble.
That's true.
You
That's
see what I'm
true.
saying? So I'd rather
Yeah.
still keep him in the fold so that I can
Right.
try to do something with him. Now, when
Yeah.
I took those classes out at Fort Stewart for mentoring, it wasn't because I went to learn how to be a mentor. It was
Hmm.
because one of my kids was in the class, in the boot camp, and it required
Oh.
me, and he needed help. So he would write me. They made him write a letter every day. Well, once a week they had to write a letter. So he had to write me to come be his sponsor. So I would go and I would take him out for a couple of hours, take him to dinner. They allowed that. It was like they were in prison, but I had to come and go get the kid, check him out, take him to the lunch or shop or whatever for a couple of hours, and then take him back to Fort Stewart to be in the boot camp. You know,
Mm.
but it wasn't that I was going there to learn anything. I
Right.
should have been teaching the class. I'm sitting in there wondering, really, really, you know,
All right.
this isn't the way to get to these kids. These are some bad kids. This isn't the way to get to them. You need
Well, you
real
know what?
men. You need real men teaching and talking to these kids.
Well,
You know,
that's what we need.
yeah,
That's
you
what we
need,
need.
yeah, and that's what it takes. You got to, you know, uh, the 100 Black Men want the kids so they can look like, they brought some kid up out of the condition he was in. These kids are already okay. That's why they speak so well. That's why they're doing so well when they leave you and go off. You didn't do nothing for that kid. All you
Wow.
did was gave him a little boost. We need you to pick somebody up.
Right.
That's what we
Jackson,
need.
first you have to realize a lot of fathers don't know how to be a father. They need training themselves. Well, that's true too, but none of us, had a blueprint and being a parent. Correct about the 100 Black Men. They want someone already got support to get to the poor kid out of Yamakra, another place like that. Well, there you go. Your point was made. I don't know. Matter of fact, this is new news to me about the 100 Black Men. I didn't even know there was an organization here that's called 100 Black Men. So,
Oh, they're all over the country. 100 Black Men is everywhere.
oh,
It's a
oh,
national
really?
organization.
Okay, okay.
It's a national
Oh, you know
organization.
what? That's right, because Dallas had one. You
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a chapter in every city almost. It's every
Oh,
county. It's a chapter
well,
probably in
we need
every
to.
county.
Matter of fact, you know what would be nice if I pulled them on the show too. You know the leader, the
Yeah,
president.
I'll tell you. I'll give you his name, Mr. Oglesby. You can call him and ask him to come on, and you can
I sure
ask him about
will.
that question. I mean, I'm not. I applaud that they are doing something.
Yeah,
I would say that. I just need to do more. It's
yeah.
not my organization. I do what I got to do. I got
Right.
10 or 12 of them. I got 10 or
I got
12 of them.
some in the back.
Yeah, I got 10 or 12 of them. I'm gonna do what I got to do on this end.
You're
I just
right,
need more
right.
black men doing what they need to do. And I have no problem with 100 Black Men. Do what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, if you don't want to get and do the hard work, then okay, then fine. I just need more men like me. They got some brothers in there that really help now. Anthony
Yeah.
Maben and I were doing the same thing. He went to that class up there at Fort Stewart. Also, and they give you this little nice pen. I need to get me another one of those pens. Look, to go on your lapel. Jackson John said,
Harold August be the president of the 100 Black Men. Yeah, you know what? I think that'll be. I think that'll be a hot show.
yeah. And then
Mentorship.
I got another brother that's got another mentoring organization. What Robert last name? Robert Jordan. I'll hook you up with him so you can get him on and see what he's doing with his. He got men and he got young boys and girls. Then you got Donna Williams right there in Garden City that's got the girls with Sister to Sister. You got a bunch of other people that are doing things that that they need to be put on blast that they are doing great things with these kids in our communities, and maybe other people will say, "How can I help?"
I love it. I think we're gonna set that up, Julius. I really want that show to be probably what, maybe August, since back to school or whatever. No, this is a summer thing. Maybe I should do it next month. Yeah,
Yeah,
July.
yeah,
Maybe that.
July
Yeah,
after
yeah.
the
So
fourth,
people
and then
can do something in the summer with their kiddos.
right.
Well, you are awesome, man. I'm serious. Thank you so much for being on the show today. And happy
Mhm.
early Father's Day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Have
you,
a good
ma'am.
one, okay?
All right. See you
All
later.
righty. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. Oh my gosh, what a show! What a show! Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget, please go to the website, www.monalisamonroe.com. Get you some cups, get you some t-shirts, get you all the good stuff, because what? You support the show when you do this. Have a great one. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You guys take care. Grab a kid, love a kid, and spread the love, period. Okay? Love you. Check us out tonight. Evenings with Mona Lisa Monroe. I'll be looking for you. Bye-bye.